Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Folge 74 von If My Heart Had Wings und der 21. Folge auf Kotoris Route. In der letzten Folge hat das Drama seinen Höhepunkt erreicht, als Kotori gesagt hat, dass sie jetzt doch zu ihrer Familie nach Hause zurückkehrt, weil ihre Mutter sich solche Sorgen macht, dass sie einen Zusammenbruch erlitten hat. Ja. Er hat so ein bisschen Depressionen bekommen, der Rest der Story Club Members arbeitet daran, wie sie den Glider irgendwie noch gestartet kriegen, Kanako hat lustige Geschichten über Parakeets erzählt. That's it. Schauen wir weiter.
Whoa. Thanks for your hard work, Senpai. I'm not really that tired. Yoru. What is it? Can I leave the rest to you? I'll go take a look outside. Sure, go ahead. Aren't you tired? Why Senpai is taking so long? Yeah, but don't worry, he said he'll be back for sure. Yes. My sugar level is too low. Nissan, chocolate. Okay, right away. Thanks. She sure is great. Nissan? It's the first time I've worked with someone smarter than me. She really might be a genius. So how is it? Will it work? Yeah, probably. She went outside to look for the right spot. However, our theory still isn't flawless. Break's over. Let's do this one more time. Aye, Senpai. Aye? Before I noticed, I had somehow returned to the secret base where everyone was waiting. Agaha ran up to me as soon as she noticed me. Things are looking good here, Aye. How did it go at your end?
Depression.
Aye? I said nothing and I handed her Iska-san's flight log. What is... She said she shouldn't have this anymore. What does that... It was decided that she would quit school during summer vacation. Huh? You mean now? Kotori's mother collapsed when she heard about the accident. She said she doesn't want to worry her parents anymore. And that she already had enough fun. Ich finde interessant, wie im Japanischen sehr häufig, also es fällt mir gerade auf, weil mich hier das verwirrt hat, als sie gesagt hat, her mother collapsed and she didn't want to worry her parents anymore. Ich dachte, dass die dritte Person wäre dieselbe Person erst so, also die Mutter will die Parents nicht mehr worryen, offensichtlich Unsinn, ne? Aber am Anfang des Satzes dachte ich das. Und ich finde interessant, dass im Japanischen man das Problem tendenziell selten hat als im Englischen, einfach weil sehr viel häufiger die Namen von Personen benutzt werden. Also anstatt halt wie Pronouns zweite oder dritte Person. Also selbst im Dialog mit einer anderen Person kann man die andere Person quasi über ihren Namen ansprechen. Also wenn du sagst, was hast du zum Frühstück gegessen, dann kannst du quasi auf Japanisch sagen, den Namen der Person dafür benutzt. Also sagen, was hat Aoi heute zum Frühstück gegessen, wenn du das zu Aoi sagst. Es gibt sogar Leute, wo tendenziell eher Kinder, aber die selbst in der ersten Person sich mit ihrem Namen ansprechen. Die sagen nicht ich, die sagen ihren Namen an der Stelle. Das ist teilweise sehr confusing, insbesondere wenn man viele Charaktere hat und dann mal neue dabei sind und denkt so, okay, die Person kann nicht die mit dem Namen da erwähnt wurde sein, weil sie halt über die Person in der dritten Person spricht und dann so, oh nein, actually, it can, yeah. Anyway, that's moving on. As I spoke, I could almost feel tears welling up in my eyes. I took a deep breath to pull myself together. Where's Amane-senpai? I considered giving Iska-san's flight log to her. It wasn't something I should be holding on to. She went outside just now. Okay. I'll go look for her. A strong wind was blowing outside. The shape of the windmill hill makes the wind gain strength here, but that's not the only reason. When the morning glory comes, the airstream becomes turbulent and strong winds blow. When I looked at the sky, I still couldn't see those clouds, but it was certain it was coming. I sat down on the grass. I told them I went to look for Amane-senpai, but it was a lie. I just couldn't bear to stay here, so I went outside. Allein lässt es sich besser depressed sein. The grass rustled noisily as the wind blew up the hill. This is where it all began. Oh, und jetzt denkt er an den Papierflieger. When I returned home after I couldn't ride my bicycle anymore, the first place I dropped by was this hill. And I met Kotori here. She was stuck here after her wheelchair got a flat tire and I helped her. That's how it all started. A year has passed since then. We're living together as pals, aiming for the sky together. We quarreled a lot, yet we always looked up at the same sky. Please, don't involve her in the dreams of normal people like yourselves. Ich kriege immer noch Aggression, wenn ich das höre. Das ist so ungefähr eines der verletzendsten Dinge, die ich je in meinem Leben gehört habe, gefühlt. Even though he has no idea what Kotori feels when she looks up at the sky. I want to fly. The morning glory. I want to cross over the passage of clouds. If I do this, I feel like I could take back my future. Yes, my future. That's the biggest thing I lost. I feel that if I fly above the morning glory, I'll get it back. If she returns to her parents' home, will she really find happiness? Even though she will be giving up on her dreams and abandoning her own future? I don't think so. I want to bring her back right now, but I don't know if that would ruin Kotori's family. This is our family's problem. But if I don't return now, this time my family would completely fall apart. I don't want that either. Kotori probably thought she had to choose between the soaring club and her family. With much regret and sadness, she chose her family in the end. Even so, I want her to come back. Although, I guess that's just me being selfish. Na, vielleicht ist das so eine Sache, sie sagt sich, sie tut das, was sie tun muss, aber sie hat den Gleiter trotzdem mitgegeben, weil, den Papierflieger, weil sie möchte eigentlich trotzdem. I cast my gaze at the paper airplane that I received along with Iska-san's flight log. It was a perfectly ordinary paper airplane. It hasn't been folded in a special way and nothing was written on it. She might have given up on flying, but she still yearns for the sky. Was it that kind of message? I threw the paper airplane. It glided through the night sky smoothly. Luckily, it avoided the headwind and flew towards the bottom of the hill, eventually disappearing into the darkness. Das wäre natürlich auch lustig, wenn sie jetzt den Paper, den Dings da aufhebt, aber yeah. Not seeing that. It flies well. Only Kotori could have made it. As I was admiring it, I saw someone walking up the hill. It was Amane-senpai. Did you throw this? She was holding a white paper airplane in her hand. She came over to me and gazed over at the lake stretching at the bottom of the hill. There's a nice breeze here. Yeah. I found the right place. You'll fly, Aoi-kun. Is that so? You're kinda lacking fighting spirit. What's wrong? I just don't know. What's the right thing to do? I complained reflexively and Amane-senpai looked at me with a troubled expression. Dude, context? I still hadn't told her about Kotori. She'd be confused if I suddenly blurted out something like that. Sorry, I said something weird. Forget it. Right or wrong, I don't think it's either. Huh? The only one who can decide this is you. After all, plenty of things that are right for one person will be wrong for another, right? So I won't let others decide what is right for me. When you are hesitating, listen to your heart. The right answer is there. When Senpai started reciting these words like a poem, I looked up at her blankly. Das hört sich sehr unlike sie an. That's what Iska told me. Checks out. I was surprised. Up until then I always thought there was just one right answer to every problem.
Yeah, not everything is mathematics, man. Sad life.
Isn't she a genius? Yeah, seems like it. So you too should listen to your heart. I'm an idiot though, so I'm still not too good at that. She said, slightly embarrassed, and handed me the paper airplane she picked up. Well then, I have to revise the flight plan. Senpa got up and headed back to the secret base. As I stared vacantly at her retreating figure, I got taken aback. Suddenly a memory from back then flashed in my head.
Die erste Szene mit dem Paper Airplane.
When I met Kotori for the first time here. Dieser Sound. A white paper airplane had gently flown over my head. Das ist so die Art von Szene, die irgendwie gefühlt visuell sehr stark ist. Ich habe das Gefühl, sie hätte einfach viel mehr Eindruck quasi, wenn das ein Anime wäre. Ich meine, auch hier meine so eine kleine Videosequenz, aber ich finde das interessant auch beim Light Novels lesen. Manchmal, auch wenn es mir generell selten auffällt, aber manchmal hat man so Szenen, wo man wo man sich so denkt, so, wäre das ein Anime, es würde so hart gehen, aber als Buch ist das teilweise so, Wobei, wenn ich an die eine Szene in ReZero denke, ganz am Ende von, was war das, Achterband oder so, ich werde jetzt nicht sagen, weil Spoiler, aber, ne, Who is it him? Yeah. Das war so ein Moment, das war im Lesen gefühlt, hat im Lesen so 3 Uhr 30 nachts, als ich immer im Bett saß und das Buch nicht zur Seite legen konnte, bis es zu Ende war, hat das viel härter gehittet, glaube ich, noch als im Anime. Anyway. Hello? It looked almost as if one of the windmill blades broke off and was flying. I picked it up, climbed the slope, and there... I met her. A young girl who still had an air of innocence about her, sitting in a wheelchair. She was staring wistfully at the distant sky, running her fingers through her hair that was fluttering in the sudden gust of wind. With the vast blue sky and windmills in the background, her black hair and white blouse looked absolutely bewitching. It was like looking at a flawless painting. So it got to you. As she said that, tears welled up in her eyes. She was the one who threw that paper airplane. What did she say back then? And then, when someone who received my SOS came here... SOS. I trembled. I looked at the perfectly plain paper airplane. Could this be an SOS? Was this Kotori's call for help? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm interpreting it like this, just because I want to see her so badly. Ja, ist ja sonst schon sehr weird, dass sie ihm das einfach so mitgibt, also, I don't know. However, if it was an SOS, I'll be too late. I jumped to my feet and ran in the opposite direction of the secret base.
Yeah, die Banger-Musik.
While I was running, I picked a number on my phone. Hello, Aoi? Can I leave recovering the glider to you? Huh? Well, sure, what's with the haste? I'm off to get Kotori. Ageha? Now you're talking. Leave everything here to me, so make sure to bring her back. As soon as I hung up, I called Anchan. Come on, Anchan, pick up. No good, he's not answering. I hung up and made another call. Hello, it's Hibari-san. Sorry for calling so late. It's me, Minase. Minase-san? Is Kotori there? I asked while running and breathing heavily. Hibari was ominously silent. Actually, father already came for her. What? Wasn't he supposed to come tomorrow? I think he wanted to take Kotori-chan back before she changed her mind. When was this? Just now, not even 5 minutes ago. I see. I got it. When I was about to hang up, I remembered there was something else I wanted to tell her. Could you come here now? Huh? Me? Yes. I want you to see what Kotori was aiming for. Please. Whether Kotori decides to fly or not, at the very least, I wanted to show Hibari-san the morning glory. I wanted her to see what all of us were aiming for. Okay, I got it. Wenn ich spät abends einen Anruf vom Boyfriend meiner meiner Schwester bekomme. Yeah, sure, why not? Still no luck. There was no sign of Anchan picking up the phone. I was thinking of getting him to use his car. Hey, he's already on the way, boy. Taxis don't run at this hour in this countryside. I guess I have no choice. Cycling, oh, okay. I left a message on Anchan's answering machine just in case, then I put a hand on my partner that I maintained. I'm counting on you, buddy. I said he went to get Kotori. Really? I guess we can leave Kotori to him. He'll definitely bring her back. I'm back. Great timing. How did it go? Perfectly. That means all that's left is the glider. I'll be taking care of that. Asa-chan, I want you to take care of the takeoff preparations. We'll need help, so make sure to gather enough people. Oh yeah, we'll need light too. Get flashlights or something. Roger. This is the critical moment. Get moving. Das hört sich nicht an, wie sich Fahrräder anhören sollten. I sprinted on my bicycle down the road alongside the lake. I won't be riding any more than 100 kilometers. There's no need to preserve my strength. My goal was 30 kilometers away at most. I couldn't go at my fastest speed, but I could maintain a fairly quick pace. However, if I don't manage to catch Kotori there, I won't be able to follow them anymore. The place in question was the Sazanami Bridge, located south of here. The huge bridge across the lake that goes through a small island on its way, resembling a surging wave. It's a beautiful sight, but more importantly, it's very convenient, so all cars heading for Tokyo will certainly follow that route. I calculated how much time I had left. The car shouldn't take more than an hour to get from Hibari-san's house to the bridge. It was late at night, so they could be speeding, but I doubt Kotori's father would drive dangerously while he is with his daughter. I bet he's obeying the speed limit and driving safely instead. From Flying Fish Main, it was only about 30 kilometers to the bridge, much closer than from Hibari-san's house. If I hurry, I should still be able to catch up with them. I stepped on the pedals with all my strength. 30 Kilometer in einer Stunde, ja. Hey, my boy, sorry we're late. Sorry for the wait, Makun. Too slow, what took you so long? It took us a while to get this. Hey, a blowtorch, what are you going to do with that? Is it obvious we'll burn through the lock? Burn through the lock? My ass, you're dangerous. What are you talking about? It's less savage than smashing the lock and less noisy too. You're fine with that, Hotaru? With getting involved in this? I'm doing this for Aoni and everyone. Why, that's why I got into this mess too. Okay, let's go. We don't have much time. Neue Musik merke ich gerade. We have to get everything ready before I and Kotori come here. That's how it is, everyone. So please help us. Oh, they're finally going to fly. What should we do, Yuka-san? Well, help, of course. That's why we returned to the dorm earlier. I'll help too, Asa-chan. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm glad I messaged everybody. Also, it would be great if you could get some flashlights or other portable light sources. Anything will do? Yeah, the brighter the better. Oh, in that case, couldn't we use those, Yuka-san? Those? Ah yeah, those will do. We have some left. That's because the summer concert was cancelled due to rain. Diese also nicht ja, aber ne? Diese Sticks, diese Leuchtsticks, sind die ziemlich beschissen? That's right, I was so frustrated back then. I was really looking forward to it. Asa-chan, are there enough people? If you want, I could gather some more. Really? If possible, we could use about 10 more. Gotcha, I'll make some calls. But it's the middle of the night, is that alright? If I say that the soaring club is finally going to fly, I think everybody will come. You think so? Everybody has huge expectations. After all, you're going to do something awesome.
Mich wundert, dass alle so on board sind.
Flying sure has something romantic about it. And you are all doing your best. You guys...
Das fühlt sich sehr wie der Bild ab zum dramatischen Ende eines, keine Ahnung was, Hollywood-Films an. Aber gefällt mir tatsächlich ein bisschen. Hat einfach mal ein bisschen mehr... Ich bin ein bisschen invested, Girl.
Hello, Akari-chan? Sorry, did I wake you up? Hey, you were up? Yeah, that's right. You sure guessed quickly. Well then...
Alright.
The wind is getting stronger. More than we predicted. If the wind speed is too high, the takeoff will be very difficult. That's right. I wonder if everyone will succeed. Don't worry, everything will go well. Because they're all good people. That's quite baseless, but I feel the same way.
You can go to sleep, Kotori.
Okay. Dad's car drove quietly through the night roads. The destination was Tokyo, my home.
Sorry for coming so late. I just wanted to meet your mother as soon as possible. If we leave now, we'll get home by morning.
Yeah, I understand. I want to see Mom as soon as possible too.
Will der echt die ganze Nacht durchfahren mit ihr? When you're back, I'm sure she'll get better right away. She'll probably cook something delicious for you. Das wirkt langsam einfach, als ob sie das extra Druck auf sie aufmacht. Also ich glaube es nicht, aber es wirkt einfach komisch. What would you like?
Maybe a rice omelette?
Not croquettes. Didn't you used to love those?
I can make those myself now. I want to make some for Mom next time.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. You'll make some for me too, right?
Well, I wonder. Just kidding, hehe.
Das fand ich überzeugend. He was laughing, from the bottom of his heart. It wasn't forced, he was really glad. When I thought that, it also made me a little happier. But our little chit-chat was over quickly and we sunk into silence again. Only the sound of the tires rubbing against the asphalt was violently assaulting my ears. Violently? Ist das so laut, wirklich? I opened my cell phone to try to distract myself from the silence. The sign appeared just now. Tomorrow morning, the morning glory will come. I stared blankly at the message. The last message I got from the person I loved. Wow! Ha! Ja, da stand ein Owl in der Mitte der Straße. That was close. People sure drive recklessly at night. Are you alright, Kotori?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's because of those kinds of people that traffic accidents happen.
Can I open the window?
Is the AC on too high?
No, that's not it. I just want to feel the breeze.
Doch nicht? Okay. After opening the window, I looked up at the sky. It was pitch black and I couldn't see anything. But I'm sure that somewhere up there, that giant passage of clouds is steadily taking form. A sign of the morning glory. The sky I had been longing for all this time. If I was in this town for just one more day, no, just until tomorrow morning, at least I could have looked at it from the ground. However, this car was taking me farther and farther away from Kasegauda. Where are we right now? In a little bit you'll be able to see the Sasanami Bridge. Hey, don't you remember that big bridge we crossed before?
Oh yeah, that nice bridge.
That nice bridge. A large bridge crossing the lake. That was the way out of Kasegauda. Was ist das für eine Brücke, bitte? Das wirkt einfach mega artsy so. Okay. Soon I'll leave this town that I grew to love so much.
Could you really live like that? Ah, lange her, dass wir Ari gesehen haben. Hat er einfach gefühlt dasselbe Gesicht wie Akadi? Sieht aus wie Akadi mit kurzen Haaren gerade irgendwie. After quitting school and returning home. I felt a chill when I suddenly recalled those words. That was the cruelest thing that he ever said to me. When did I hear those words? Today, or maybe that day 1 year ago. Either way, those were the cruelest words I've heard. Nein, das, was dein Vater gesagt hat, war sehr viel schlimmer. Hey, Dad. What is it? No, never mind. Don't not demonize me. Things aren't what they were like a year ago. I have tons of memories now. I have made an album in my heart filled with memories from the days I've spent with everyone. I might have no future, but if I open that album, I can relive those happy moments. Uff. Das war eine passende Überblende. So it's alright. That's enough. Andererseits tut sie auch zu sehr, als ob ihr Leben damit zu Ende wäre, was halt nicht stimmt. Ist ja nicht so, als ob sie jetzt den Rest ihres Lebens in Gefangenschaft bei ihrer Familie zu Hause wohnt. Trotzdem sad, was passiert, ne? Aber, yeah. Bisschen überdramatisiert. After all, if I don't return, Mom and Dad... I was doing my best, Dad. I trained hard. I really piloted the glider. Yeah. I ascended hundreds of meters high and I had so much fun. You'll find something else you enjoy. Something safer. You don't understand. That's not it at all. Nothing can replace the joy of flying the glider. We have repeated similar exchanges many times already. Dad just kept silent, only his expression saddened. Look, you can see the bridge now. Was ist das für eine Brücke? Macht die einfach so wie so weird, macht diese lustige Schlenker dann da rechts zu dieser Insel rüber bis zu dem Windrad, da wieder nach links weg. Was ist das? Please, Dad. Kotori. He looked at me again with sad eyes. I know it must be painful, but that's just for now. Once you start living at home again, you'll soon forget about it. I wonder. Could I really throw away the dream I was so serious about and live pretending that nothing had happened? Ich kann mir so, keine Ahnung, so One-Off-Dreams nicht vorstellen. Ich habe generell so ein Problem mit dem Wort Dream so als Lebensziel, aber, also, weil ich es ein bisschen unrelatable finde. Also klar habe ich so Ziele, aber es ist nicht so, dass ich so, ja, Dinge, die ich mir vorstelle, so, ja, das ist etwas, was ich in meinem Leben unbedingt schaffen möchte. Das ist mir unglaublich wichtig. Yeah, I don't know. Und dann halt noch weniger, wenn es so eine Einmalsache ist, wie ich will über die Morning Glory fliegen. Nicht so wie, keine Ahnung, ich will krasser Klavierspieler sein. So, ja, das ist etwas, das hat Bestand zum Beispiel, ja. Das hier ist so das will ich einmal erlebt haben. Das finde ich irgendwie so, keine Ahnung, ich hänge nicht an so einzelnen Momenten, I guess. Ich weiß nicht. You can make new friends back home. Oof. The car soon approached the bridge. Once I crossed it, there'd be no going back. I will leave the town that I once hated, but came to love so much. While I was looking out the window, I saw something in the side mirror. Er holt jetzt nicht gerade das Auto ein, oder? Ich dachte, er fängt die ab. Is that a bicycle? Dad, stop the car. Oh, what's the matter? Just stop the car, please. Don't be ridiculous. In such a place. Why do you want to? Dad! Just a little more I was almost at the top of the hill. Once I get over it, there will be a long downhill ride waiting for me. I took good care of my bicycle, but my legs were a different story. Even getting up to this point with the help of Tailwind was a miracle. Come on, just a little more. It took more time than I had estimated, but if I just passed that hill... Finally, I reached the top of the slope. For a moment, I drove across the flat hill top, catching my breath. After just about 10 meters, the downhill began. At the same time, my field of vision expanded. I saw the lake stretch at a distance and the bridge crossing over it. There it is! At that moment, I picked up my pace. I stepped on the pedals with strength I didn't even know I still had and blasted down the slope. I bent forward as the bicycle was rapidly accelerating. Downhill. The sensation of cutting through the wind was incredibly thrilling. I knew that if I fell right now I would most likely die, but I wasn't scared. On my way I passed a slowly driving car. It was a car that had passed me a few minutes ago when I was ascending the hill. I kept pedaling. The bicycle kept accelerating. When I descended the hill, the entrance to the bridge... Oh, there they are! Kotori! Perfect timing. The familiar station wagon passed through an intersection that was only 30 meters ahead of me. Last sprint. After the slope had ended, I rode onto level ground, but I kept pedaling and chasing that station wagon. Kotori! I dashed recklessly and overtook the station wagon. Alright. The car braked sharply. After I made sure it came to a halt, I also stopped my bicycle. And then... I collapsed along with it. I laid upon the asphalt, trying to catch my breath. Hey, are you alright? Kotori's father got out of the car. I pulled my body up, struggling to stand on my shaking knees. You are... Oi. Kotori. When I saw her face, a sudden feeling of relief made my knees give in once again. Her father tried to help me up, but I grabbed the bridge handrail and got up by myself. Kotori was looking at me in complete disbelief. Why are you here? I pulled a crumpled piece of paper that used to be a paper airplane a little while ago from my pocket and showed it to Kotori. I saw your SOS. It reached you? Tears overflowed from Kotori's eyes. Please don't take her. Don't take Kotori-san back home. Did you follow us just to say that? Please. I already told you, this is our family's problem. I heard about your wife, about her collapsing. And knowing that you still... Even so, that's no excuse to make Kotori the victim. You told me on the phone, didn't you? That Kotori telling lies was your own fault. Kotori doesn't hate you. Quite the contrary, even now she still deeply cares about you. Despite all that, she lied to you to leave the house. You already understand her feelings, right? I appealed to him. That's why she has to go back to her family, so that we can fix those mistakes. Do you want her to lie to you again? This paper airplane was Kotori's SOS. She couldn't ask for help in any other way. Please try to understand her feelings. She never said anything like that in a message or on the phone. Kotori was clearly saying that she was going to part with us and go back home. Except for just one thing. This paper airplane. She couldn't keep hiding her true feelings, because that would be betraying herself. Thus, folding this paper airplane was an SOS from Kotori's heart. Kotori said that if she flies above the morning glory, she might regain her future. Future? Yeah, I think she meant whether or not she could live on and start having dreams. You said it yourself, didn't you? How she can't have dreams that normal people have. That's the truth. You do understand this, right? How hard it is for her to do things like normal people? I silently nodded. Of course I knew that. I had been beside her all this time. Ja, und er hindert sie gerade daran, die Dinge zu tun, die sie trotzdem noch tun kann. Hä? Was ist das für ein beschissener Grund? I don't get it. If she aims for something beyond her reach, just how many hardships will await her? She's bound to get hurt, to suffer. She certainly get the taste of huge failure. His sorrowful shout suggests that he had seen Kotori like that many times over. Well, of course he had seen it. He saw his discouraged daughter recovering from the accident. So why are you saying this? What? Kotori isn't afraid of that at all. She wants to fly even after she got into that accident and lost the ability to use her legs. But that's... Sure, she's a bit tactless, cries easily and gets timid for weird reasons sometimes. At first glance she might seem unreliable, but when she decides to do something she never takes her eyes off her goal. She bravely presses straight ahead. Aren't you denying her dreams because of your own pain and worries? Yes, definitely. Huh? By doing this you aren't caring for your daughter. Ow! Kotori's shout interrupted me. I calmed down and held my tongue. My father already knew what I wanted to say though. Even so, I don't think saying it that bluntly would leave any permanent emotional scars. If you want to take Kotori back to Tokyo no matter what, there's nothing I can do to stop you. It is a family problem. Kotori is still only a student, so she can't live completely separated from her parents. But before that, can't you let her fly one last time? The dream Kotori and all of us are pursuing is within our reach. Please, let us prove it. Dad. Kotori tried to get out of the passenger seat by herself. However, since she can't use her legs, she was hanging onto the door and looked like she was about to fall out of the car. Kotori. Her father rushed over to her flustered and caught her. Get the wheelchair. Okay. Was? Werner müsste mit dem Auto zurückfahren. Hä? I loaded the wheelchair from the rear seat of the station wagon. Was ist das überhaupt? Ein station wagon. Kotori's father gently set her down into it. Die Musik könnte mal aufhören, das 4. Mal zu laufen. Mit dem Gesang dazwischen ist es ein bisschen anstrengend auf Dauer. He did it very gently. He's a caring parent after all. As he was holding her, Kotori put her hand on her father's arm and said, Dad, I really did fly, you know? Into the sky. So high up I could touch the clouds. Yeah. It was so wonderful and fun. Up there I didn't feel like a disabled girl anymore. But isn't that just because so many people helped you? Ich verstehe nicht, was die damit sagen wollen. I don't get it. Ich meine, die haben alle zusammen an dem Glider gearbeitet. Also klar kann sie bestimmte Dinge nicht ohne Hilfe tun. Das Fliegen gehört nicht dazu. Also die kann sie nicht schlechter machen als Menschen ohne Behinderung. Also okay, ja, sie brauchte dieses extra Cockpit, sure, aber sonst, I don't know. Yeah. Kotori isn't really an exception here. Since Kotori sunk into silence, I decided to cut in. It's impossible to fly a glider by yourself. You need an operator for the winch, someone to hold the tip of the wing during takeoff, maintenance personnel, a construction team. Only with all these people you can fly. Dad, please let me fly. I want to fly. Just one last time. Then I'll obediently return home. Kotori looked closely at his beloved daughter and shook his head. Dad, if I don't fly now, I'll live the rest of my life lying to myself. I won't be able to fly on my own wings ever again. I don't want to live the rest of my life merely looking up at the sky. My father closed his eyes in silence. Then, quietly,